4, 3, 2, and 1. We are live. Brandon,
bro,
it has been too long, man.
That's facts. That's
Come in, man.
Facts.
Last time me and Brandon hung out was literally, I mean, we've hung out, said hi here and there, but like since last episode is
What, a month ago?
That's the last time we genuinely hung out.
That was sad.
I mean, we were just like being responsible, right?
Nah, we just got busy. Well, we were supposed to film the last 2 weeks, but I had to work late, and then Josh.
We just had off schedules.
Yeah,
We've just had off schedules. I've been working like crazy. You've been working like crazy. You said you worked till like 4 a.m. the other night.
Yeah, I did, dude. It is what it is, though.
I think we've been working harder now that this quarantine has happened.
I know.
I've been so stressed. I'm like, my girlfriend works at home and she's like, "Oh, I wish I could just go out. I'm so tired of being at home." And there's days where I'm like, I wish I could just go home and like watch Netflix for a day. That would be so awesome.
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
It is what it is, man. We could be on the streets right now.
That's true. Hey, I know. Yeah, I feel bad for everyone that's suffering from this.
Me too.
But it is. It's just. I don't know what to say. It's just like it's just so weird because we're in a borderline recession too.
Yeah.
Like everything's falling apart at the same time. We're just trying to keep everyone safe. Like, no one knows what to do. No one
could have planned for this.
Exactly.
We should have had a plan. It's kind of freaks me out that we didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
But the whole world was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know? So it's almost like now, like, who can react to this the best, you know? And I think United States, I think we've done a pretty good job of staying quarantined and at least, you know, like wearing our PPE. I know at work I'm wearing my PPE. I mean, we're not allowed to ride in like the same vehicle and stuff, but I mean, from like what is like the proposed plan? Like it's the quarantine scheduled to end like May 15th or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to. So we'll see how that goes. And I think the suckiest part about all this is no concerts or no like, you know what I'm saying, in the summer, or like the governor canceled all that.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I think it's a safe move.
Yeah, because you don't want the second wave to hit twice as hard and then
Yeah.
everything go for nothing.
Yeah, but like looking at it too, you're just like,
I know.
Those summertime concerts, like, you know, like, what do we have? Slightly Stupid coming up.
Slightly Stupid.
Revolution in August.
Yeah.
You know, like, dang.
I know.
Those are the fun concerts, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. But
just imagine how fun it's going to be when the light is just switched back on.
But, okay, do you think when the light switches back on like that, do you think everyone's just going to rush out, or do you think there's going to be, like...
It's going to be half and half.
I think so, too.
I mean, the nation's definitely, like... There's people who are ready to just move on tomorrow. And then there's people who are, like, still, like... I don't want to go anywhere, you know? Yeah, that's just how it is.
I think what kills me the most is... when I look over and see someone with some gloves on and a mask in their own car. I'm like, that's what makes me laugh, dude. Look at this half a Momo, dude, just freaking with their own car, dude. Like
looking like Scuba Steve, just driving down, freaking.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, all right. I guess
this is cool. My like own solution to everything. So, what are they saying? It's like the 1% dying, 2%, which is like the most unhealthy and old people, right? Why don't we just quarantine those people?
What I
why don't we just have our grandparents? I mean, people who are super unhealthy, it's their own responsibility to quarantine themselves. And if you know someone or if you live with someone that's like that, then obviously you take those precautions. Yeah. But if, like, I don't have any grandparents. All my grandparents are passed away. Most of my friends are healthy. Everyone I work with is healthy. I mean, not that anything's changed at work. I'm still working every day. But, like, why can't, like, I don't know. It just seems like if those are the people that are dying... in order to keep the economy and us from going into a Great Depression and still keep people alive, wouldn't that like make sense?
I think so. I agree with you 100%. And I just lost my train of thought. But what was I gonna say? I lost it, dude.
Like I was talking about like quarantining, like just old people and unhealthy people.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Do you think that makes sense?
I think it does. But it's just, how many people do you think would be responsible? You know, if they lived with, like, if that was their guardian, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
That's on them.
That's
not on the whole country. That's on your individual. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, I mean, it's hard because, like, yes, no one wants anyone to die.
Exactly.
I don't want anyone to die. I don't want one person to die on Earth. If it was my choice, obviously. But at the same time, you got these two like bad things that are in motion right now, and it's like, okay, this one will be worse right now, but if we go into a Great Depression and our country completely topples, and no one's making no money, no one's working, no one's eating. I don't know. We don't know what. I mean, we've only seen that one Great Depression at one point in life, which was horrible. Yeah. I'm not saying it'll ever get to that, but if it does get to that, or if something like that does happen, that would be way more catastrophic, in my opinion.
I think so too. Well, I remember what I was going to say. I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast. I forget who it was.
Tim Pool?
No, it wasn't that one. I don't know. I forget who it was with. But they brought to light that so say I died from coronavirus. Okay. Or not, I say I had coronavirus, but I had an underlying condition, and I died from. Say I had a heart attack, and I died. They count that as a corona death. So how many times? Like, I want to know what the numbers are.
So right now, you're basically saying that like the people that are passing away, they're not saying exactly what conditions they had that might have like made them.
What killed them?
Yeah. So they're just saying corona death.
Yes.
They're not saying like this person had heart disease, this person was
exactly
had heart stents, this person had like just horrible like everything.
Yeah, that's
lung cancer.
Yeah. So people who die and they say like they died from the underlying condition and they had.
So what is that? So they're not. Why are they not releasing that? Are they just?
I don't know. But I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like that's what Joe Rogan and his I forget who it was. We're saying like why they want to know the numbers of how many people are actually just dying of the corona instead of the underlying conditions.
That's the real question.
Yes,
because if you watch my mom watches. I don't have cable television. My mom watches Action 7 News, whatever is on every night.
Yeah,
she won't even let me see my sister. I haven't seen my sister in 2 months because my sister has asthma. I obviously have asthma. She just doesn't want to take that chance because I'm still working every day. Anyways, like, on the news, they're just saying, like, my mom called me and she's like, young people are dying. Way more young people are dying of coronavirus. It's hitting everyone. So you are... And I'm, like, freaked out. I'm like, whoa, what? But like you said, how many of those young people that are dying already have a pre-existing health problem? We don't know that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
you know, and that's why it does make us more to take precautions, because it's like, okay, if these people are just dying of just corona, that's definitely threatening, right? I don't want to die right now.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not the most healthy people, but we're definitely like in the top, at least above like 70%. You know,
we're above the curve on health. Yes, we work out, we run.
Just because I got asthma doesn't mean that. I mean, I get bronchitis every year. Yeah, we work every day, but still, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it seems like no one really has like. Everyone's definitely like just doing the best they can. No one could have prepared for this.
That's all we can do. That's all. Like, no one saw this coming. Even if people are like, oh, like the president, whatever, in November knew about this, but we didn't know how serious it was. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think the president made a good decision on stopping travel ban or putting a travel ban on China?
I agree with that. 100%.
And I think it was in February.
I agree with that. I think that saved a lot of lives.
Do you know how much hate he got for doing that?
A lot. But that, looking back at that,
yeah,
we just saved a lot of people's lives. If you agree with them or don't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, whatever you think about Trump, obviously from a logical perspective, that was a good decision.
I think it was.
Looking back, right?
Yeah.
Can we at least acknowledge that?
Like
people, I mean, there's like certain things that are floating around, and it's almost like, yeah, Trump can do no right. But looking back, like, I think we should all agree that was at least a decent decision.
I thought it was a good decision. And I'm not very political, but I'm saying what I think is, how can you hate like, no one could do that job right? Think about it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's just like you're stuck in the middle if you have that job. Mm-hmm. And I thought what he did to close it down right away, even if you knew about it in
Mhm.
December or November or whatever they're saying, to close it down in February when the peak of everything was happening
Mhm.
was a good decision, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like I think the world is definitely left out on the truth. I mean, I don't know if no one knows. I feel like there's still a lot that like we don't know.
I think so too.
I feel like there's a lot of crucial key points in this whole situation that we're
Yeah.
still left out on.
I think so too.
Because I've
I
heard
agree.
so many. Now I just heard yesterday that it didn't come from bats. It came from a laboratory in
Yep.
China that's right
Yeah.
near Wuhan, and that's where they have an animal testing facility. And that's what. So it's like, what do I believe? You know, did it come from? If this, I mean, like looking at it from like the world, like I mean, let's say China hated us, and they wanted to do this to wipe out a bunch of people, but without looking like the bad guy. It would look good, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying we don't know.
It's a conspiracy right
I'm
there.
just saying, like, there's a bunch, like, it could be a bat, it could be this, could be that. Maybe no one knows, you know?
Yeah. I think that's so crazy about like the China, like how the Chinese dictatorship and the government like wiped out all those people's phones,
Oh, the people like that were in charge of the labs and like the main scientists,
or
and
just a
stuff
lot
like
of
that.
people speaking out on it.
Oh,
How they
like
just-
whistleblowers. I
Yeah.
did see that.
Did you
A
see
lot of
that?
whistleblowers.
Their phone
I don't
records
know
are gone.
where I saw it. Yeah, their phone records are gone, and they just completely disappeared. What?
Weird, dude. That's weird.
What? Imagine if that happened in the United States.
Yeah.
That would make like mainstream news. But see, that's the difference between us and China. China does what they want.
The government doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, they do what they want, you know? And that's why everyone in China is way more like strict and used to just like, I feel sorry for them, you know?
I do too. Yeah.
I feel like we've even taken advantage of China, especially like big business people here and stuff like that. People that own main manufacturers, all that cheap labor in China. I think that's horrible. So like, I mean those people, they're gonna have to pay for that down the road, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like they're thinking of solutions right now, and I've been hearing like they're planning on putting chips in people that will monitor
yeah.
your health. I've heard that they're putting chips in people so like.
It's like the
So
mark
people
of the
can't
beast.
lie. So people can't lie about like if they're having symptoms, the chip will automatically like put an alert.
Yeah.
Like this person has a fever.
It's like the mark of the beast in Revelations.
Yep.
Would you let that? I wouldn't let a chip in me. I already thought about it. I was no.
I've always been pro-vaccine. I've always been all this.
Yeah.
But
Same.
if Bill Gates is leading the charge on this vaccine that's gonna cure coronavirus, you ain't not touching me. Because like to call this conspiracy, whatever you want, but you look into Bill Gates and what he's done in Haiti or all these other countries where he's helping people with polio and all that. It's not all you know, it's not all great. A lot of these people are coming out with like birth defects and horrible things. So it seems like he's going to all these like cheap countries to try out all of these vaccinations and stuff, and yeah, it looks good. Oh my god, he's helping people with vaccinations and wherever. But is he really, or is he just experimenting on these people that have no voice?
That's true.
And then now, like, if he's gonna plan on doing that to the whole world, I am not letting nothing.
Nope. No.
Especially knowing that he patented the coronavirus. Dude, come on. If you come out with a cure for coronavirus and you patent the coronavirus, that's conspiracy, dude. That's like almost like I don't know. Call me crazy, call me stupid, Josh. Why wouldn't you get vaccinated? My best friend's in med school. He's like that. Well, I'm pro-vaccination too, but like when it comes to this right now, knowing what I know,
a chip in you, dude. A chip where they could, like, in the wrong, like, if that's in the wrong, like, they already track us through your phones. Come on, we all know the FBI and
yeah, but see the good thing about that.
Yeah, you can throw your phone away.
Exactly.
A chip in your you're gonna chop your arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the wrong hands is bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could be following. Like, they know exactly where you're at all
See,
times.
and this is like, it's definitely a good, like how you were saying, like what we were saying, like the end times or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, obviously the
mark
Bible
of the
talks
beast.
about a new world order, right? It says that specifically, there will be a new world order, which will bring all nations together, and that's whenever whatever the devil or whatever's will rise up and be the leader of the whole world. So this coronavirus is affecting the whole world. There's not one country that isn't affected right now. We're all down and out. this is a very good time for them to rule out, like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna all go centralized. Now that we went to war with Iraq and took out all the Middle East, we took over their banks. I think North Korea is the only one that we haven't. They're not on a centralized bank system like everywhere else, but everywhere else is under a centralized bank system.
Yeah. The Federal
And
Reserve.
there's another whole thing that's why we even went to the Middle East in the first place, is because they weren't under our control. But now that we're taking over all that centralized banking system, then you have a neutralized, not neutralized, you have a world net fund.
Yeah.
So like, what's the thing called? Cash apps and stuff like that. You know, so if the banks are all over the place, then you could just have everyone be under the same banking system. Boom.
Yeah, I don't think right now it's the end times for me personally, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, like, look at every generation. Like, yes, this is a crisis for sure, but look at, like, the past. No one ever really looks at the past. There's been so much horrible stuff that's happened. Like, you read history and you're like, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
What? The Holocaust? How many people died? If you were living in that time, you would have been like, this is the end times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you
just don't know.
Yeah, there's no point in fear mongering though.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my god, this is the end of the world. This is really, we have it pretty dang good.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
this is the safest time it's been. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. There's not people that are literally holding you in shackles, making you make clay bricks and build a building with, like, eating a piece of bread for your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that hasn't happened in the past. You look at the Egyptians and all the stuff those people that made all that stuff were literally slaves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I totally
agree. So it's like, we could have it so much worse, dude. But times are good. That's the reason why we chose this beautiful canvas.
We're going to take you in the murky waters because we started off hot.
We're going deep, as Joey Diaz would say.
Deep.
So the world is blue right now, but you know what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, shout out to my girlfriend, Kiana. She gave this to me as a gift. And I'm in love with it, dude. I love that color. I love the shades. All the different shades of blue that she added to that. It's cool, man.
Kiana's talented. I remember when we saw her at the first art fight they did, Diego.
Yeah. Yep.
That was pretty cool.
She was doing a Selena drawing.
That was pretty cool. Or
a Selena painting.
What's the one she did at Ito's barbershop?
I didn't go to that one, but I think she did like a vintage
that one I like
a drive-through movie.
The old school car. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. She's talented for sure.
We when we get together and we hang out, we'll just throw the canvases down, dude, and we'll just start painting. And she's really into watercolor right now. This isn't a watercolor painting.
It's acrylic, right?
Yeah. So like with watercolor, she's been real into like doing flowers and making the colors just like expand. Yeah. And dude, I just do acrylic for right now. Like I'm like at the most basic level.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been like a therapeutic thing for me. Like when I'm like just having an off day, or if I feel like I just, you know, like, and especially now during quarantine, you're like stuck at the house and you're like, oh, I feel so useless.
Yeah.
Like at least when I like get in deep on like a canvas, I'll like feel accomplished, you know?
Yeah, no.
When you look at it.
It's just so weird. Like, who would have thought about this?
Yeah.
Quarantine.
It's like a movie, right?
It
when you hear
is.
Quarantine, you think of like I think of like Monsters Inc. Whenever the guy gets the sock on his back, and they're like, we got a 2319. Put the thing on him, cut his hair, quarantine him. So this is the times we live in.
Dude, it's so weird. It's so weird. In the murky waters, dude.
I know. No, but it's good to see you, man. I missed you.
I missed you too, bro.
Honestly, I miss doing this. I miss you guys. I feel like it's been forever.
It has, dude.
And,
it's been like a month, bro.
You know, and we've been being responsible. I know we've talked about it and stuff, but we're coming near the end of the quarantine, and you just got tested for COVID.
I did.
You just got tested, what, last week?
No.
Or what was it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That test.
What do they do? Is it like a swab test?
It's a nose, dude. Little thing that goes up to your nose. So, yeah.
How long does it take to get the results? Like a week?
2 days.
2 days?
they expedited them. But yeah, negative, bro. So that's good.
Nice. That is good.
So we living. We alive.
You look good, man. I know you've
Thanks,
been working
bro.
like crazy, and I know you've been telling me like they've just been working you like a slave, but
It's all good, man. It's for a good cause.
yeah, and
Saving
dude, that's why
lives.
you signed up for that, right?
Exactly.
Like you wanted to serve your country and put in the work whenever no one else wanted to. So this is
good,
your
yeah.
chance to.
I like it. I met a lot of cool people doing this job, and I can't complain. At first, I was like,
Yeah.
Now it's like I met I know the people I'm working with. Now
Yep.
better. Now I enjoy going to work, even though it's gonna be long hours.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you could do, man.
Just embrace the grind, as they say, and keep your head down and work, dude.
That's it, dude.
That's it.
Just put your head down, do a good job, smile every day.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys that are stuck at home and
Make sure to
And-
watch this.
and it would suck, man. My girlfriend, she's been having to work from home, and she's like going crazy, dude. And like her dad is working from home, her sister's at home. They're all, and like,
You start to fight.
dude, I could imagine how high the divorce rates are gonna go after this.
Domestic, dude. Ray Rice.
Stuck at home all day with her spouse, like I'm gonna kill this chick.
Ray Rice videos. Okay, I'm sorry.
Those are the results I want to see. More than the COVID results.
World star.
Divorce rate went up freaking 30%.
Domestic violence went up 50%.
World stars views just went up.
It's like a ladder match in your house,
Oh,
dude.
dude, I'm so glad I live alone.
But do you know how like for so many Americans, it has to be weird. Say you're married and you work 2 different shifts, and you're finally both of you just at home. Like that has to be weird. Like right?
Could be a good thing.
Could be a
Honestly,
good thing. Could be a bad thing.
But I went to I go hiking at the Ambuto Trail a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
I hit
yeah.
all the different routes.
Is that the one we
and-
did?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the one that we did. And so I went, and it was like right whenever quarantine started, kind of. I mean, I've been going, but like when I first went, and I couldn't even find a parking. And I went, and I saw families all hanging out, dude,
That's cool. Yeah.
with kids, and the mom, the dad, they got the kid, and I'm like, this might be a blessing for them.
It is. Yeah.
Like, this dad might work like 14 hours a day normally.
And never gets to see
Now
family.
he's like watch his kid grow up.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. There's the bad and there's the really good side
Right.
of quarantine. Like same for you. Like I saw me and my friend Josh. Other Josh. I don't think you met him yet. I go
Josh,
biking
what's his
with-
last name?
Trujillo.
Oh yeah, he's
Lupe.
cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. And we went biking and we saw families, dude, just together riding. It's pretty cool. And we talked to some people, and like it's cool. Like me and my son got to come out today, and we never got to do this, which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
A father and a mom take their son out to outdoors. And that's what's good about like I think I've seen more people hiking on Instagram than ever, dude. That's just cool. Like I know, but it's cool to finally see people go out and enjoy New Mexico.
It's
for
better
what
that
it is.
than bathroom selfies, right?
That is true, yeah. They're working out. They're getting up for the mountains.
Hell
dude.
yeah. Do what you gotta do.
That's what I'm saying.
If you gotta show everyone, that's good. I took pictures. I posted pictures last time I went.
Mountains are fun.
It was fun, dude.
I feel like that's an escape for a lot of people too now, is the mountains.
And this might start even though the COVID stuff is gonna end, this might people might still keep continuing. We've been missing out on this whole time.
Yeah.
Let's go hiking more.
Or
I was at
camping.
Walmart the other day, and the bike racks completely empty. Dumbbells completely empty.
Dude, I know. I've seen so many people when I come up to Knob Hill riding their bikes, which is awesome. I just got into mountain biking and doing it, and I love it, dude. One of the funnest things I've ever done.
You've been showing me the videos, dude.
That and
You've been going
snowboarding?
crazy.
Chirac the other time. Slipped out from under me, dude. Got a cactus, but it's all good, bro. It's part of it,
Cactus Jack.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Hey,
dude,
can we
yeah,
talk about that real quick?
dude? The
Can we talk-
Scots. These Scots are coming, dude.
So, yeah, let's talk about Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, their collaboration that they just came out with called The Scots. The song's called Meet the Scots.
Or the Scots. I
The
forget.
Scots? Anyways,
Lock up the
so they
house.
premiered the song, and dude, so my best friend Laguna, Laguna,
Yeah.
Martin,
Yeah,
Jurado, So remember he wrote on the group chat. He's like, dude, I have like 50 best friends. I call you my best friend. I call everyone my best friend. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to me, you and Danny, dude, that's the. I can't say it
for sure.
But
so anyways, he sent us on the group chat. He's like, bro, it was, I won't forget whenever I first read it. He's like, bro, the Travis Scott concert was sick on Fortnite, and I was like, dude, what is happening to this guy? Did he just say Travis Scott concert on Fortnite? This guy sounds like a loser. I mean, I love Travis Scott, but I don't even like Fortnite, dude. Like, come on. Like, what did he do? Just go out there, whatever. And so I was like, like I joked around, and then he's like, no, dude. He's like, he sent me a screenshot of like how he looked, and he looked like the Terminator. Like all the art looked sick, like his character, his avatar. And then he sent us a YouTube video, remember, of the full concert, I guess.
When he goes underwater is my favorite part, dude. That part's sick.
And what is it, like 15 minutes long?
Oh, yeah, it's like a 15-minute concert.
Dude, after watching that, I made my girlfriend watch it. I've like made like so many people watch it. I'm like advocating. I'm like, look, Fortnite sucks. I hate Fortnite. Whatever, I'll never play this game, but watch this video. Dude, the amount of effort that went into that is insane.
Oh, yeah.
The psychedelic art, whenever Travis Scott is like a giant character and you could run around him, and then he does a part of the song where it changes, and then all of a sudden he's underwater, like you said.
Yeah, that part's so
and you could
dope.
swim around him. Dude, like, do you know what's going through a 9-year-old's mind seeing that for the first time? Who doesn't even know who Travis Scott is, and all of a sudden you're just playing Fortnite and just seeing like psychedelic Travis Scott above you, dude, rapping, looks like the Terminator. I would like be blown away. Like I'm old, and that like got me hyped. I felt like I was at a concert. I was like, why do I like this so much? That is the dude. What he did right there is a special moment, because that might have birthed future interactive concerts that you can go to from your house. Yeah. Imagine if that like becomes a new thing where you put DVR goggles on and you're interacting and you're in space with Kid Cudi. That would be sick.
I'm that man on the moon.
And you could like go up to him and like.
Yeah, dude, that'd be dope.
That would be sick.
I think Travis Scott just did one of the best things he could have done, dude. Like during this quarantine. That was fire, dude. Yeah. And I think, I know it's like lucky. I was like, I've been watching a lot of stand up lately. Mm-hmm. And like Chris D'Elia's, dude. I thought it was funny.
It was pretty good, huh?
I like Bert Kreischer's a lot, dude. This was hilarious. But like, imagine like and Tom Segura's, all of their dropped at a perfect time, dude.
Dude, they capitalized at a prime moment.
They kind of not. I know everything's bad, but for them that's planned, dude. Like not planned for them, but like that's like the perfect.
But they held on to it.
Moment.
You know.
Yeah.
Like all their specials were shot before COVID.
Yeah.
And they were just holding on to it.
Boom, boom, boom.
It was off, dude. Remember, it was like every other week.
You
got Tom Segura,
Bert Kreischer, and Chris D'Elia.
Who else was it?
That's it,
huh?
Mm-hmm. And then lately I've watched. What I've been binge watching on Hulu is the show Dave, a Little Dicky, dude. That's one of the best.
I haven't seen that. I don't have Hulu,
bro.
But I've been watching the podcast with him and Santino. What's his name?
Andrew Santino.
Yes,
dude. I had tickets for him. I was telling you, Santa Ana.
He's a good comedian. I like him.
He was coming. He was supposed to come next week, and I had tickets right up
next week.
May 15th, right?
Is he good? Is he a good stand-up comedian? Are we good on that?
Yeah, we're good. Dude, he's hilarious. I was watching some clips, bro.
Dude, I've only ever seen his podcast. I watch his podcast like crazy. I watch every Joe Rogan podcast. He's on Fighter and the Kid. Yeah, he's hilarious. But he's just as funny on a podcast. Like,
I know.
Is he like even more funny doing stand-up? I don't know why I've never.
Yes. Well, I was gonna tell you we should go, but obviously all this happened, and he's not coming anymore. And dude, I was so sad because he's one of my favorite guys on Joe Rogan's podcast, and even on
Andrew Santino.
I love that.
He's funny. He's so witty. He's the most wittiest guy, dude. He's so quick.
Dude, you need to see him on Dave, bro. The show.
On
Dave?
What? Oh, okay. Does he play himself?
No, he's Little Dicky's manager.
Oh, okay.
or Dave's or whatever you're gonna call it. But dude, it's hilarious, bro.
Dude, what do you think about Little Dicky's freestyle though on
from
Sway?
like 10 months ago to
Yeah, it was 10 months ago, but still, like
dude.
if you say Little Dicky can't rap, dude,
Yeah, how he can spit, dude.
he raps for like 10 minutes straight. Huh? Can
read?
a bar, can rebound dojo bar.
I got these hooks coming from afar.
He's like clever and he like makes it like fun to listen
Yeah,
to,
dude.
but he's actually pretty good.
Andrew Santino, yeah, dude, that show is one of the best shows. And then
What's it called? Hi, my name's Dave or
just
something?
Dave.
Dave?
Dave, dude, it's such a good show, bro. I like it. I've been addicted to it.
So does he play himself in it?
Dave does, yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Little
like about
Dicky
his
plays
life.
some real name
Yeah.
Dave.
So like you see like the back scenes behind him, and it's pretty good, dude. I really like that a lot.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's comedy.
But
it's
then it's more like
it's like his life,
okay.
like how he before he like blew up. So he's like YG's on there, Trippie Redd's on there. It's pretty cool. Young Thug makes an appearance on there. So it's pretty cool to see how like
Are they good actors?
yeah they just play themselves. It's pretty funny. So Trippie Redd's kind of I made me like him a little bit more because he's pretty cool on the show.
The guy, he looks like crazy, right?
Justin Bieber even makes a
Word.
because I guess him and Lil Dicky or Dave whatever are good friends.
Dude, Little Dicky hangs out with like Leonardo and all those
I
guys.
know they're playing tennis and stuff, dude.
Hey,
And
what
then-
do you think about Duncan Trussell's new show?
Dude, I love that show, dude. Duncan Trussell's new show, Midnight Gospel, has to be one of the best shows out right now.
I'm so glad that you watched it all the way through and I watched it all the way
I know,
through. And
dude.
it just came out like 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
I watched it like 3 times already.
That's
Yeah.
nuts. That's crazy. You're
And-
crazy.
The only reason why is because you find something new every time you put on it. It's
That's why I like
trippy.
watching Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's like it's exactly like Rick and Morty. Like they put the same thing of Rick and Morty.
It's simple art. It's simple art concepts. It's not like insane graphics, but the amount of detail that's in every single shot is
Yes.
pretty cool, huh?
Like it's like Rick and Morty, but a podcast form. It's like what we were saying. Like I don't know how to talk.
like no, you said it perfect earlier. You're like if you listen to the show and not watch it, it'll just be like a podcast episode.
Yeah,
But then if you
exactly.
watch it, it's a cartoon that goes with the podcast.
Yes,
But it's like funny though.
and there's a lot of like he puts a lot of hidden messages in there. Like think about it, they're just talking through a time like I think it's the second episode. Remember their meet or whatever they are, and they're just talking or they're having a podcast through a crazy time. Like they're around craziness.
So let me just explain real quick, like more or less what the show is about. So Midnight Gospel is a show written and directed and voiced by Duncan Trussell.
Yeah.
Who's like Joe Rogan, one of his best friends. And he's actually a comedian as well, but he's like really into like
Conspiracy,
psychedelics, just deep thought, meditation. He's just like open to everything, whatever. And so the show is like, so Duncan Trussell's character, his name's Clancy in the show.
Yeah.
He's basically like a normal like teenager like me and you, and he lives like in a trailer.
Yeah.
Like a trailer park, but everything's all colorful. It's he's from Earth, but like everything looks real colorful. And he has like this like pod, and it's like a what is it called? A simulation pod.
Yeah.
And so like what he does is he like sticks his head in this pod, and he could choose any avatar that he wants. So like he
Yeah.
could choose any type of like just random creature, and what he does is it like sends his consciousness in that pod to whatever Earth he wants to go to
Or,
or
like,
whatever
yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
And then what he does is he just finds creatures from other planets and interviews them, and he makes it like a podcast.
Yeah, he
Right?
has like his own. Yeah, and he has his own like crew, like little robot thing.
Yeah, he has like cameras following him, and he just talks to
like
people.
drones. Yeah, and he just talks to him.
And they're like in like just the most random setting, right?
Yeah.
Like he lands on a zombie planet one time, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That,
Remember,
the
he's like
first
at a
one?
zombie planet, and like
He runs into
zombies
the
are like
president.
chasing them. But like they should be freaked out. You in like with us the way that we think, that would be like the worst case scenario. Like I'd be screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
But they're just like talking like a podcast, like how we're talking right now. But there's like zombies like chasing them, and they have shotguns and
Yeah, I think it's such a genius idea.
to get you to listen and also get you to pay attention.
Yeah, like you're watching a show. Like for me, when I watch it from my perspective, is you're watching craziness,
Chaos.
right? You're watching chaos, total chaos. But when you're listening to the conversation,
It's the most
they're having-
calmest
Yes.
thing ever.
Yes.
It's two polar opposites that are colliding. in every episode.
So you're watching this, and people are dying here.
And they're like, so anyways,
yes,
tell me about
they're
the
running
psychedelic
around.
mushrooms and how they affect the mind.
Or
The
how do you
frontal,
meditate to this? Or,
yeah, exactly. And
It's-
but then at the same time, there's a zombie chewing on his leg, and he cuts off his leg. It's like
yeah,
weird, huh?
yeah.
But
It's
yeah, dude.
So, I think it's so genius of him to do that.
It is. And then there's but like what's cool though is they break the fourth dimension, and there's like parts like where they'll talk like whatever character's talking to like Duncan's character, which is Clancy. They're like, "Hey, Duncan, I mean Clancy."
Yeah.
Like they'll like accidentally say his real name in the cartoon, like just joking, like this is Duncan.
I think it's so dope, and especially like how you said, like it's so simple, but complex at the same time because the message it's pushing,
Mm-hmm.
which is like craziness. It's chaos, but calmness. You just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
in
if
an
you watch
episode.
it, it's like whatever. But there's so much deep thought that
Yeah.
goes in, like in behind it. Like it's the same with Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
With Rick and Morty, yeah, if you look at it on the surface, it's like a dumb grandpa hanging out with his kid and they're traveling through dimensions. But like the thought that has to go behind each episode is super complex thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Like each episode has their own different type of like science lesson almost.
Yeah.
And it's like weird, like the way that they transfer consciousness. And so there's like there's an infinity amount of dimensions. And there's like episodes where Morty will transfer his consciousness to like, or Rick will transfer his consciousness to like 12 other Ricks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they make it to where you don't like lose track of like the story.
Yeah.
You get lost. Like you still are like,
You're still.
you
Like,
get what's
yeah.
going on. That's hard.
That's
to
good
take,
writing.
To take like very hard like
Concepts
things to understand and
dumb
then make
them
it in
down.
a cartoon form and then make it like fun to watch at the same time.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I was even telling our friend Danny today. We got coffee, and I was like, dude, like I was watching this show, and I was telling him about the Midnight Gospel, and I was like, dude, this show made me think about how much like how small we are. Like it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a weird thought to have. But like when you're late after you watch that show and you're about to go to bed, and you're laying there like thinking about some of the concepts they
Mhm.
throw at you, and you're just like. Can you even like? Sometimes I can't even wrap my mind around
Mhm.
stuff they're saying, even if it's like it sounds stupid or not. That's like I think that's what brings fun to this.
Mm.
You know,
Well, really, it's kind of like
it brings like joy to think about these things for me.
with
personally.
those. So both those shows, and I'm keeping it connected to Rick and Morty because they are basically the same. Like with as far as like interdimensional,
Yeah, travel and all
infinity amount of universes, and there's infinite whatever. That is normally would be considered a haunting thought. That there's an infinity amount of you. That there's a universe out there somewhere where you're a zombie.
that. Yeah,
There's a universe out there. Like if you think about it, like in human nature, it's kind of scary
it is
because it makes you feel like
this
an
big.
infinity small, right? But like they make humor out of it and make fun of it, and it makes it cool.
Yeah,
So it's like comedy, dude. Comedians will take dark and like very edgy conversations that no one wants to talk about,
put them into light.
and they'll put them into light, and they'll make fun of it, and they'll make it fun and like make everyone laugh. That's basically what these shows do.
I like that. I like them. For me, I like to have that like deeper thought in a way where it's funny. Because if you think about it, like the hard reality of the
Mhm.
thought they're trying to push out, you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But like if it's funny and you
Then
enjoy
it's
it,
a cartoon at the least.
yeah, and you're like, well, maybe I'll look into this a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're shedding light on things that what they experience or whatever. You know,
Right.
like there's always going to be an agenda that the writer or the producers or any of those people
Mhm.
are trying to push because they think that.
Right.
It's kind of like a. I
Well-
like it because it's like if you listen to Duncan Trussell's podcasts, that show's kind of like showing how he thinks and how
Mhm.
he works and
Right.
what which is pretty cool because I think he's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
true.
dope.
What do you think about, like, do you ever watch, like, shows like Planet Earth or anything like that?
I love Planet Earth, dude. Planet Earth, I think it's so crazy how nature is so savage. Like, to think about it, how soft we've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if you are lost in the Amazon, there's little Mo Freaky's trying to kill you at all things. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's monkeys that are gonna rip your face off, or like a leopard that's hunting you.
Dude, that's what I was telling. So,
like,
dude,
you know?
yes, exactly.
If you don't have a gun,
I was just telling my girlfriend this the other night because I'm balls deep in Planet Earth.
Oh, I love it. I love
buy
that stuff, bro.
I buy the $30 DVD set, all the Planet Earths. Like, when my girlfriend comes over, I'll throw on Planet Earth.
Yeah.
And like, we'll just, and thank God she like loves it too, and she's like, but she like doesn't know as much as me. Like, I'm like a nerdy little kid that knows everything. But like, I was telling her, because we were watching a jungle episode, and it was like on the Congo, and I was like, there's like, people won't make it one day in there.
Oh yeah, no, hell no.
I said if anyone tried to just venture through the Congo, they wouldn't make it one day. Like, that's proven. Like, even the natives, they won't go. There's a certain area of brush and jungle that you just can't go through and survive. Dude, like, think about it, dude. Like you said, Mofiki, whatever. But you're right. That's like the most random. Dude, you'll like step on a twig.
That twig ain't a twig.
The twig will make your freaking arm fall off. And while your arm's falling off, a jaguar will come eat your freaking body. And then the freaking mushrooms will grow out of your body. Like, there's just so much stuff that could happen, dude.
Like, dude, that stuff.
But it's the most beautiful
place
on Earth. It looks like Avatar. Like, there's glow-in-the-dark plants. There's, like, it's so beautiful.
That's what I think about the ocean. I was talking to someone today about that, and I was like, well, are you mountain or ocean? I was like, see, I like the mountains more, even though I know I could still get eaten by something.
Yeah.
At least I see it coming.
Right.
In the ocean, like, there's a giant squid gonna suck you up, or like a big old shark right under you.
Are you talking like deep sea diving?
Anything. Even just going and catching a riptide and getting strung out you. You don't know what's under.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
I hope you guys liked the content. I hope you guys had fun. We had a blast.
Had a fun on this one, especially.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna have a lot more episodes coming up, guys. We got big plans. We got a lot of merch coming out. We got new graphic art designers working with us.
Shout out Danny. Danny's the man. Dan the man. Whatever you call him, but he's the GOAT. Respect it.
Yeah. So thank you guys again. All right. Let's celebrate. Don't stay down on these hard times. Don't get down on yourself. Love everyone around you, even if you gotta Zoom them. Do what you gotta do. Okay.
Stay
up. See you soon.
Love you guys.
Could be today. Could be tomorrow. Woo!
No.